Dear TFLOW holders, welcome to another advisor interview, the one that I've promised you about. You know, I was always discussing and telling our TFLOW holders that we're going to make a step to enter the US market. And I was always telling them about the US advisor that we're going to onboard. And here we are. I would like to welcome Ashton Bailey to this interview. Ashton, welcome.
Thank you.
It's great to have you on board and as part of the team and of course in this interview. You know, it's always special to be able to share opinions and our experiences through crypto, and also introduce you to the audience so they get to know you better, because we have, you know, people that love the project and would like to know everything about the team of the project. So here we are, and thank you very much for attending. Let me share that you are in California right now.
Yes.
And it's a great opportunity to have you on board. So let's start sharing some info and just let us know about your background and have you been involved your entrepreneurial journey in general, and then how you stepped into crypto as well.
Yeah, so I started a company when I was in university. I was 18 years old. I had learned a bit about real estate from my father and his team. And I started a company in my dorm room, and we focused on residential. In the States, they're called secured notes. So it's the personal guarantee when someone purchases a home or goes into a mortgage. So what we do is we buy directly from banks those notes that have gone into default. It's a very niche area of real estate. So started that when I was at 18, and I still do it now. Almost 20 years later, it's grown to pretty big company. We have notes in all 50 states in the US. We have assets that are nearing about $100 million, and it's just all homegrown. Me, my brother, we've done it together. And so maybe 6 years ago, we decided to sort of branch out into other areas of real estate. So we now are, commercial real estate buyers. We buy homes, we flip them, we do all sorts of stuff in real estate. It's just kind of what we know. And then in 2016, I started to hear about this thing called Bitcoin, right? And then I kept asking lots of questions. I'm always kind of, out there trying to do my own research. And I heard about it. I read quite a bit about it. I was, like most people, apprehensive. And then just a few months later, we jumped in and started purchasing our first Bitcoin, and that's how it started. And so I still do my real estate stuff. I'm all over the place now, and now we've moved into retail. So we own restaurants, we own fitness centers. We're opening another one currently. And in California, I just moved here to open one, and that's what I'm doing. I'm a kind of a go-getter. I get out there and do the projects, get my hands dirty. It's just how I like it.
Of course, it's amazing. First thing that amazes me is that how you created a professional collaboration with your brother. Because brothers and siblings don't always get along when it comes to business. And it's amazing.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. And we've actually had an amazing run for all these years, and it's been great. And we're partners in everything we do. I would say I'm probably more of the face, and he's sort of the brain in the back room, and we collaborate together on everything. And it's been a great run. It has.
Yes, it's amazing. It's amazing. And it's also amazing how you did business in all 50 states. Because a lot of Europeans cannot understand what a state means. Actually, United States is like 50 countries united, because each state it's different jurisdiction. It has its own laws and its own business ecosystem. So it's amazing that you have presence in all of 50 states as well.
Yeah, it's also very challenging because each state has its own set of rules, and it's a challenge in itself.
And it's also amazing how you stepped into crypto, because you know all things as we move along begin to get connected and related to each other. Because okay, cryptocurrency is an asset, but right now with all the models of tokenization, which is what we do in TFLOW and why you are on board as well, it's the option to offer shares of your business, tokens of your business to micro investors who can then give you their capital, their funds in order to help you grow the business further. Because
Right.
once you have such a great network of assets invested in 50 states, then you can tokenize this and you can raise more capital to expand the business. This is a great case study that we are going to do together.
Yes.
And it's amazing. Tell me how you first purchased Bitcoin. Where did you go to buy it? Did you download Coinbase? How did you do it?
So yeah, I downloaded Coinbase, and I remember just checking my phone all the time. And then once I got comfortable, I started to really get into, you know, getting on exchanges and sort of doing it more properly. And then I don't remember what year, but the first year where it took like a major dive, maybe 2018, I stayed the course. I wasn't worried, but I said, man, I really have to change my tactics here. So I started to vault Bitcoin and vault Ethereum. And so I'm learning all these sort of different aspects you can do, even just with Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? Because that's sort of the natural trend of how you get into the space, you know? Yeah. And because, you know, everybody's a little uncomfortable. And I think that leads to our bigger conversation about TFLOW and everything ahead of us. But so I figured those systems out. And now I mean, it's hard to keep track of all the exchanges we have. So we have to, you know, we have everything listed out and secured, and it's very fun at this point.
You stepped into crypto in 2017, which is actually a great year for cryptocurrencies. They all topped up. And then we have a 3-year bear market, which is also amazing. Not sold your investment. You hold your investment. You did strategic moves to place it in vaults to get some yield out of it. And then actually you bought more on the dip to build the portfolio. And you have other crypto as well. We've discussed about it, but it's not the case here. But it's amazing to share to our audience your investment attitude and your investment strategy, which meant that you didn't sell, you hold your cryptocurrency, and you invested more in more clever ways in order to bring a balance to your portfolio. And this is amazing.
Yeah. So let me just say, John, that I think one of the most important things, I get asked about cryptocurrency all the time from young people that are always kind of, you know, talking to me about it. And so I always say the same thing, is that particularly something like this, but it's almost everything, right? You have to invest in things for the right reasons, right? I believe in the cryptocurrency market. I truly believe in it. And so when I see really heavy dips and things like that, I believe that there's a major upside coming. So it doesn't take me off the course. If you're in there to make a quick buck, it's a very different arrangement that you have to have mentally, right? So for me, yeah, I'm in it for the long haul. I'm thinking about my son, things like that. And so these bear markets are just opportunities. That I just look them as opportunities.
Amazing. This is a case. This is the correct strategy for cryptocurrency. And as you very correctly mentioned, it's all about your mentality around investing in crypto. And me as well, I'm a crypto believer from 2008, from the early stages. But imagine that even though I knew crypto and I stepped into it from 2008 and I read about Bitcoin and mining and all this, I only stepped in at around the same time you stepped in 2017, because I was thinking about the articles for the press, and I got afraid because my cryptocurrency might be a scam. And, you know, they had buying cryptocurrency was not so easy. It was not an easy experience to either use hard wallets or store your crypto. I couldn't understand all this, but after receiving a US crypto newsletter from the United States I subscribed to, they kept giving me tips to buy Bitcoin at $3. And I didn't buy Bitcoin at $3. And then Bitcoin went to $1,000. So then I got interested because, listen, something must go very good with this coin because it got from $3 to $1,000. Then I got a second newsletter that recommended me to buy Ethereum at $7, which I didn't. Then Ethereum went to $400. So then when I got the third newsletter, it's a story which I commonly share with my subscribers. It was about EOS, which was then an initial coin offering. And then I decided that it's time to step into crypto. And then I started investing in crypto. I was there when the Bitcoin halving, the fork of Bitcoin occurred, when you had overnight, it was the 1st of August of 2018, you had in one night, you had Bitcoin, and then the other day, you have Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash, the same amount of value, double your money with just doing anything. So it was really amazing. But what I also experienced in the cryptocurrency world, and especially trading, because I had a lot of friends that stepped into cryptocurrency in 2018. They bought Bitcoin at 19,000, and then Bitcoin went down to 3,000.
Yeah.
They all came to me and started asking for advice, what to do in order to step out of this mess. And then I got into trading to help them recover. And I did it. I helped them recover and get around 300% of their money back. 3 times their money, sorry. So they got all the money back. But it was a really challenging experience to learn all about trading. And then I discovered that when you're about to trade and you sit down on your computer, it's all about yourself. It's a mirror to yourself. And if you are greedy, you get punished. If you are anxious, you get punished. If you don't know how to wait, you get punished by the price action because you try to determine the flow of the market through the candles and the charts and everything. So it's difficult to beat this. And especially after 2018, a lot of trade bots from the exchanges also got involved in this business and made it very difficult to make profit out of trading. And this is why we focus with the team in TFLOW, and you know it very well because you have experience working with the algorithm. We created the TFLOW algorithm in order to say that each coin is unique. Each coin has its own investors, its own flow, its own metrics. So what the correct strategy is to create an algorithm custom for each coin. So this is why we created these 15 algorithms for this portfolio that we have in order to step out and not have a human make trades. Also, it's very difficult to make trades every day. So the correct strategy is to wait, to go for a medium-term strategy and trade 2, 3, 4 times per month, even 2 or 3 times in a 6 months period. This is the correct strategy. Wait for the dip, wait it out, sit out, go in at the bottom, and then sell at the top. Because many people, you know, do the exact opposite. They buy at the top because they hear rumors about cryptocurrency. When they read crypto, it's all about market going up. But when they step in, actually the holders sell off, and then they go down, and they panic sell. And this is how the way investors collect their crypto and expand their portfolio. What is your feedback in general in the US about cryptocurrency? We know that 24% of every US household owns cryptocurrency. But how do you feel? Do you feel that there is further opportunity for cryptocurrency in the US?
Oh, yes, I do. So, and I would say that mainly where the opportunity is bred is in the idea that the average non-investor can get into this, feel comfortable and confident, and slowly chip away and add to their investments. And I think that's the great area in the US and really around the world, right? Is that if you look at just our short history in other areas, which actually are tied to cryptocurrency in a sense, but we're now in a world of efficiency. That's where we're headed, right? The Ubers and Lyfts of the world, right? The car sharing and online dating and all these things. It's all centered around doing things way more efficiently than we ever have, right, in the history of our time. And so I think the next sort of big step in cryptocurrency is creating efficient strategies for everybody to, at a click of a button, start getting into a world that they really want to get into, but they don't know how. They're very afraid. And so, yes, I think the upside is massive. And that's what drew me to TFLOW in general, was this thought that anybody could, get on, create an account and do the things that they've heard about and be led in an appropriate way. Because that's the other thing too, right? There's so much out there, you don't even know where to begin, right? And so efficiency, I'm a big believer in it. And yeah, I think we're just at the beginning of the US market.
Thank you for that. It's really important because simplifying the access to crypto services is a way to go. And this is a way other successful fintech companies has showed us that eventually the user or the citizen or the micro investor is not really interested in complex projects or complex apps. They want simplicity. They want to be able to deposit their money and make a few clicks and be able to see a result. I don't believe that anyone is very much interested in how you perform or how you perform the result and you bring the result. They're interested in getting the result. And it's also very difficult for the average micro investor to get into large scale projects. Let's say invest in real estate development, invest in shipping, invest in energy, invest in technology. All these are very complicated so far to do so, and or buy a bond. It's not easy for the micro investor because they also have limits for the amount of money that you have to invest in these projects. So by being able to democratize this, from one side we are able to offer to businesses the opportunity to raise funds for their expansion, and from the other side we offer to micro investors the opportunity to join a project at the early stages and be able to have the returns of a fund, because it's
right.
If you have a lot of micro investors, actually they're a decentralized fund, because you have a lot of micro investors placing their money, but the total amount is what matters. So this is really important to offer all this simplicity to the user, which I think is really important. And you have another problem, but every common user or common citizen should think about, and it's about inflation. Because we know very, very well that just leaving the money in the bank, each year you lose value of your money, your purchasing power goes down. So you must do something to keep it at least stable or raise your purchasing capability. So this is what we wanted to offer to the audience. And as you really mentioned before, when you stepped into crypto in 2017, the value of your portfolio almost went 90% down, because this is what happened in 2018. And we had a 3-year bear market. That means that spot trading or crypto trading doesn't always pay off. It's not something steady, but can pay off each month. If you have a period like this month, January was one of the worst months in crypto the last years. This past month, the last 4 weeks, in general, the last 3 months were awful for crypto. So how can an investor take profit out of it? So this is why you have to offer a variety of services. So being able to offer a complete list of services in different sectors is the way to go, because actually you're going to offer to them the opportunity to invest in real market assets. Because what are the returns in real market assets? What do you believe that it's a good return of investment in a real estate project? How could they achieve getting such a return? Imagine that we tokenize your business and we have $100 million. What is the expected return of investment per business or per real estate project? What's your opinion about that?
Well, so it's a tricky answer because of the way the markets are currently and what's going on, coming out of a sort of a post-COVID world. It's a very tricky time, and even me, this is my world, and even for me, I took it as an opportunity to sit on the sidelines for the most part. because I'm not interested. So right now, right, it's like kind of the old adage of things. It's values are incredibly high, right? And because values are incredibly high, it's great for the consumer, the average consumer, right? They're sitting on their house, their mortgage is paid, and now their value is through the roof. Problem is that they can't sell it because there's nowhere to go, right? You're gonna sell it and then have to buy something else, and that something else is unobtainable at the moment. So I honestly, I wouldn't even beg to offer what a current return is right now. I mean, I know in our company, we are probably, we haven't calculated 2021 yet, but we're probably in the most profitable time in our company, simply because particularly the US market it's sort of the Wild West, right? There, you can refi, you can sell, sort of at the snap of a finger right now. So great opportunity. I mean, our investors are incredibly happy, things like that. But again, I think it comes down to the same principles, right? So the cryptocurrency market is it's just a young version of what we've always been doing. But the difference is the micro end of it is allowing someone like me, when I was 18 years old, trying to get an initial investment to start my company, right? I started with $25,000. It was the most money I could come up with, through friends and family. Now you can get into projects with any money that you have lying around. And this is an incredible, incredible thing. But we're only at the beginning. We are at the foot of this. And so I think if anything, that's where, as this trend continues, we're going to skyrocket forward. And so, but to do that, we all have to understand that, yes, there are going to be moments, bear market moments, lulls, where you have to say, you know what, like you said, John, I'm going to do 3 trades this month, and I'm going to sit on the sidelines, and I'm going to wait and be smart, because at the end of the day, right, it's always about a smart investment, not a quick one, you know.
Exactly. And I believe that the evolution of blockchain and the tokenization is also going to change the landscape of investing in the US and in any market. As Boris Kalov mentioned in our previous interview, he told us about tokenization and the way of issuing security tokens can actually provide capital to investment funds and to experienced businessmen like you. Because imagine that you have the experience of the US market, and you can now tokenize your business, and actually you can raise funds from micro investors from all over the world who doesn't know anything. They don't know anything about the US market, and they can actually entrust you to manage these funds. You can issue your own token and then use this money to invest in the US market. They give them returns from the US, either from their citizens in any country of the world. And this is the magic that the blockchain brings. And this is why we decided to build this tokenization mechanism, TFLOW. So we are able to create these investment pools and be able to give this opportunity to both businessmen that are experienced and that can provide returns to the investors, and to the micro investors to take part in this, because it's really amazing to be able to invest in something and be able to see the magic being done by someone else who's going to use your money smart in his area of expertise in order to get big returns. And also the magic is around tokenization, because you can create several kinds of tokens. You can create a debt token, so you can actually do this debt financing. You can create equity tokens, so you give share of a company to the investors, or you can create a revenue share token where you don't share any equity of the company, and actually use this money to generate profits and give the revenues back to the investors. This is, I think, that the very interesting part in our collaboration, because it's really important to have an experienced professional in the US like you are, because you have experience from multiple business sectors, just real estate, just focus on real estate because it was what you started with. And being able to have someone there, being able to offer investment pools in the US, which we're going to organize together, I think this is a great way to start and to expand. And we are very proud to have you on board and to have you share all this experience today. And I believe that we have a lot of good things to do together and to offer to our TFLOW holders. And I'm very happy because by discussing with you and discussing about the US and the market, and I see how well connected you are and how good experience you have, this is the way to go, to work with experienced professionals, expertise, which are experts in their business sector. So real estate in the US, as you mentioned, is a real thing, I think. And we're also going to make other connections because we are going to work on a very close level. You're going to represent TFLOW in several crypto associations there in the US. We also have a very interesting conference coming around, which are also going to be present for TFLOW. So we are very happy to have this opportunity to introduce you to our audience. Let me also share that you're going to be present in our social media or Telegram channels, etc. So if anyone wants to access questions, they can do it through our Telegram channels. And of course, we promise our TFLOW holders to get back with the second interview or second show when we have other business news to share. I would like to thank you very much personally for attending this interview, Ashton.
Thank you, John. It was great. And I just look forward to the future.
We as well. Thank you very much for being present today. Thank you, Ashton. Bye.
All right. Bye now.